I watched Lizzie Books and I watched Mike Falzone's YouTube philosophy video, so I'd like to share with you 11 tips that I have in my little list for my YouTube philosophy. Point number 1 is to be passionate about what you do. Enjoy it. Deeply enjoy it. Neil deGrasse Tyson says, the greatest of people in society carve niches that best represent their combination of talents. And I think that's where the passion lies. If you're passionate about what you do and you want to share it, you're not going to look bored and not excited by what you're discussing and sharing with people. And that makes people be the path to your door. When they're excited and they connect with you and they see that passion, they sort of get ignited by that passion as well. Point number 2 from Kid President, pretty simple. Treat people as people. We're all intrinsically valuable. That's a pretty simple one. I think we tend to overcomplicate, right? Point number 3 is simple enough. Be consistent and show up. That's really half the battle. Show up to things and do things on YouTube. Quite the powerful duo, right? Number 4 is pretty important. Be interested and want to learn. Have the desire to learn and grow and enjoy life. YouTube is an amazing resource for that. Not only to be interested in content and value that people create, but to be interested in the people themselves. That's how you connect and collaborate well on YouTube. Number 5, create as an expression, not an impression. Don't treat YouTube as a means to an end. When I mean creative as an expression, I mean it's a tube of your passion. It's a YouTube. It's a tube of you that you want to share with the world, whatever you choose to share, whatever passion. Instead of using YouTube as an impression to only make money or to label people or to manipulate people or to treat it as a means to an end of some sort of separate thing that you're trying to fulfill instead of just an expression of who you are and what you enjoy. And hopefully you can ignite that in other people as well. Number 6, enjoy creating for yourself. Ultimately, everything that I make is for myself. If no one watches it, I can still enjoy it. If you were on an island and you had a video camera, would you still create what you want to create, even though nobody watched it? It's not your subscriber size, right? You'll gain people over time if you keep creating. It's sort of inevitable, as long as you're not like really jeopardizing your integrity and manipulating people and doing something inherently evil and hurtful and detrimental to the platform. You will gain people over time. But do you create for yourself? And your audience is sort of a bonus? What do you think about that dynamic? Number 7 is no expectations and no excuses. Don't have unreasonable expectations of your audience, of other people you aspire to be on YouTube, or unreasonable expectations of yourself. Set goals, but don't expect things to go horrible or to go great, because you sort of set yourself up for disappointment in all of those situations. Really, expectations are good, but they can definitely hurt, whether from your audience toward you or from you towards your audience. And no excuses. Be honest, be authentic. Excuses are sort of the cover-up for authenticity. Number 8 is don't compare yourself to other people. There's always going to be somebody smarter than you in something. So don't think that you're perfect. Don't try to mimic what other people do or fulfill some sort of separate identity. Don't worry like your audience can have unreasonable expectations of you and try to make you into somebody you're not. Be you. Be unique. Be yourself. It sounds interesting. Don't feel this pressure to be somebody that you're not, as hard as that is to understand, I guess. If your attention is always on other people on the platform and what they're accomplishing, then your intention's never on carving your own path for yourself. Number 9 is embrace the ego noise. There's a lot of egos on YouTube. There's a lot of people that just want to be on there to criticize, condemn, and complain, including creators and fans. Hopefully not the majority, but there's a lot of ego noise. What I do is I respond to the people with a shared being that want to connect and collaborate and share things. That's really my goal on YouTube, is to learn about people, about content, about what is, about the truth, about the way things are, about making the platform a better place and to create value for people that could help to solve problems, to do awesome stuff. You have to embrace the ego noise. It's there. Recognize it and see it for what it is. But don't respond to it and give energy to it. That's my perspective on that. Number 10 is to create fun discipline. We probably all of us don't like the actual act of work. It takes a long time and it requires patience. But if you can use your bucket full of strategies and make discipline fun in some sort of way with what you're doing, dancing, singing, booktubing, whatever you're doing, if you can make discipline fun and interesting for yourself and for people around you, it's much more enjoyable. Hard work, as Mike Falzone said. And point number 11 is another one from Neil deGrasse Tyson, because I've been watching a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff about Cosmos recently and really getting into Star Talk. He says that the idea of role model is sort of overrated. If we can actually take multiple aspects from people that we admire, we can aspire to be multiple things. The athleticism of one person, the art and creativity of another person, the integrity here, the cohesiveness and the eloquence of this speaker that we see on YouTube, this person that does makeup, this person that plays video games and narrates. You can take an aspect of a person, you're not summarizing who they are with that aspect. What you're doing is you're aspiring to that quality and that character trait. That's great, instead of just trying to idolize one person. Treat them all as people, but aspire to be like them in many ways. And that's it. Those are my 11 tips. It's really all about integrity, being whole, being one, not having any discord inside yourself too much, and creating your library of people that you can learn from, that you can connect with, and just do interesting things with, and enjoy life, and solve problems, and create awesome. Be awesome. What do you think about this? What are your top tips? What do you, like, what's your top tip at the top of your list? What do you have on your mind the most? Those are 11 of them, but what stands out, I guess, in terms of your perspective? Let me know down in my diaphragm. Keep being you. Don't forget to be awesome you. And your buddy Palka.